Hello and welcome everyone to the Gold and Silver Club end of week commodities review for the 13th of March 2015, presented by myself, Phil Carr and Nick Kalsi at the Gold and Silver Club. Today we will be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets. We'll be analysing the week's performance. The live session will be covering an overview of the commodities markets. We'll be looking at the top trades of the week. We'll cover live market commentary and technical analysis. And of course, we'll also be doing any Q&A. So if you've got any questions or comments, do post those in the chat as well. So before we get started and start having a look at the commodity charts, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and international speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agriculture. I have trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. Also responsible for the research and the development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, and a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Kalsi, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, Nick spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. Nick is responsible for the commodities research, the investment advisory services relating to the Gold and Silver Club proprietary trading strategies. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications, and we've appeared frequently on financial television. So that's a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. What we'll do now, we'll have a look at the price of gold at the moment. We're currently trading at $1,156 per ounce, and we'll take a look at the technicals very shortly. Before we do so, we'll have a look at the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. So first of all, we had a lovely sell short opportunity just last week. This was after the non-farm payroll announcement last Friday. The risk on the trade, 140 points, so $1,400 for each lot traded. We had a beautiful sell short on this, which you followed right the way through to this week as well on a swing trade, and that's been over 420 points profit for over $4,200 profit for each lot traded, and that has delivered over a 3-to-1. Palladium too has broken down significantly this week. We've had a nice quick sell short opportunity over the start of this week. So very simply, the trade on that was 120 point risk, so $1,200 risk for 300 points profit, so $3,000 profit for a 2.5-to-1. We also had a great sell short opportunity again on Brent crude oil earlier on this week as we continue to break down. The risk on the trade was 100 points, $1,000 per lot traded for a reward and profit of 230 points, so $2,300 profit for a 2-to-1 on Brent crude oil. So those are some of the top setups that we've had this week across the commodities. And what we'll do now, we'll have a look at the technicals as we go into the US session this afternoon on Friday, and as we approach next Wednesday's FOMC announcement as well, which will be very important. So first of all, we'll have a look at the US dollar index. US dollar index hit a critical level yesterday, came up to hit the 100 level, which it's not done since 2003. So this is now a break of 12-year highs for the US dollar. And we can see here at the moment the momentum over the last week, particularly from last Friday's non-farm payroll announcement, where we saw a breakout of the US dollar, and that has put a lot of pressure across the metals, which we'll take a look at shortly as well. So the US dollar at the moment currently right back at 12-year highs, very close to potentially breaking out again from the 100 level. If we do break out from the 100 level, we would definitely be expecting further downside on the other metals here. So next we'll have a look at the gold chart. So gold at the moment, I'm just going to bring it out for you, and we'll have a look at a larger time frame here, because if you go back and really scale this out to the larger time frame, you'll see that we are currently testing a major trend line on the chart. We're also very near to 4-year lows here at the moment for gold. So currently finding support just not far off. $1,130 per ounce is a key level at the moment for gold to hold. Now you can see we are very close to testing that level. We're only about 250 points away from this at the moment. We also have the FOMC statement next Wednesday, which will definitely provide some volatility for the US dollar and gold as well. So this could be very interesting now as we come into next week for gold here. We've seen quite a lot of weakness at the moment on gold. In fact, gold, where it is right now, it's had its longest losing streak since 1973. So the downward pressure that we've had on gold, you can see this really all the way from the end of January. The sell-off that we've had has been very significant here, and it's been beautiful just to continue to sell this short. So here is our trend line, which we're coming to test at the moment for gold. You can see that quite clearly. A large V-shaped reversal pattern developing as well. And if we just break it down into the daily here, you can see where we've got a little bit of support just below at this key support level. And what we're looking to do as we go into next week is potentially break down from this level, which would give us another sell short opportunity. And then we would come down and test the 4-year lows here, which is at $1,130 per ounce. So this is a very important time for the gold market as we go into next week here. So you definitely want to be watching the US dollar, gold, also the other metals which you need to keep an eye on. Silver too has been following a very clear downward trending channel. We've been able to capitalize on a lot of this downward pressure through our longer term positions. We continue to see rotations between the upper and lower end of the channel. So very simply, silver is just tending to ricochet between support and resistance within this channel at the moment. So we'll come up to resistance, we'll sell off down to support, and we'll continue to do so at the moment whilst we follow this channel to the downside. So we're seeing more pressure as we come into next week here on silver. You can see on the daily that we just need to then again clear through the week's lows here, which would be a break really of the 15 US dollars per ounce zone to really start to pick up some momentum to the downside. What we may see here is just a small rotation back up to the upper end of the trend channel here on silver before we can break down lower again. But ultimately, the metals complex is looking very weak right now, particularly with the strong US dollar. Similar situation across platinum as well. Platinum has also broken down to the lower end of its channel here, continues to be very weak. In fact, the price of platinum is now cheaper than the price of gold. So we're currently sitting at 1,121 US dollars an ounce with platinum, and at the moment on gold we are sitting at $1,144 an ounce. So that's definitely noteworthy at the moment. Other markets on the metals which have had quite a strong pullback over the last week include the Palladium market. So you can see here with Palladium, we are still maintaining quite a strong channel on Palladium. If you go out to the much larger time frames, you've got a very strong channel going back to 2012. We have had a fairly significant pullback this week, but you can see Palladium moves very well on its trend lines, and we've come down and tested a major trend line on the weekly and the daily. And as we scale out here, you can see where we've got to bounce right off that level. So I'd like to see whether we'll get support on Palladium as we go into next week, and potentially this could be a buy opportunity to take Palladium back up towards the 830 level, which we hit last week. So I'll be looking out for potential buy opportunities on Palladium as we go into next week. Copper also holding on to a major trend channel. We've continued to consolidate this week. We really need to get a break over last week's highs here to pick up some momentum to the upside. If copper can find some support around these zones at the moment, and we see the overall trend channel maintained, what we could do is just get a pop up to the upside here and come up to the upper end of this channel. So you can see copper very clearly holding on to a major channel, continuing to consolidate, and there may be some good buy opportunities on copper as we go into next week again. So looking for overall weakness in gold, silver and platinum, and potential support on palladium and copper as we go into next week with the precious metals. We'll move over now and we'll have a look at the energies. So first of all, we'll have a look at light sweet crude oil. You can see we've had some good sell shorts on oil over the last week. You can see light sweet crude oil continuing to break down at the moment. In fact, just this morning we broke below yesterday's low. We're starting to break down through another key level of support here as well. So it's looking quite weak ultimately for both light sweet crude oil and also Brent crude oil. You can see here we've got a key level of support over the week, which is sitting around the 55.89 level to break down from. This is a level of support which has held since mid-February here, but it looks like we're starting to build up for some further pressure to the downside here, particularly on light sweet crude oil at the moment. You can see where we're breaking down on larger times as well. It's looking quite bearish and looks like we are certainly heading lower as we go into the US session today on Friday, as we're looking quite bearish. In fact, you can also draw on the most recent trend channels here, so you can just link those up with the chart which is starting to develop over the last week. You've got some nice channels which are developing here for both WTI and Brent crude oil. So we are expecting more pressure this afternoon on the oils. I'll be looking for more downside on those, definitely. And we'll just take a look now at the agriculture markets as well. So first of all, coffee is looking great for potentially more downside here. Now, we've been in a strong downward trend since we broke support at the beginning of February. We've continued to manage sell short positions over this whole breakdown of a major level, the 157 level. Next level I want us to break through is last week's support here. So if we get a break of the mother candle from last week, we are bound to get more downside here. So I would definitely keep an eye on coffee here for a sell short opportunity. You can see even today we're looking a bit bearish on the daily. Nice strong trend channel as well, looking to just take out the lows from last week at the mother candle low here. And we really should start to ramp up downward pressure here on coffee. This is how it would look if we were to get a breakdown from yesterday's lows, start breaking down from last week's lows. We'd be looking for a sell-off all the way down to the lower end of the channel, and that would represent a good move, probably about 150 to 200 points within that overall move. Okay, so we're looking for a breakdown towards the lower end of the channel. So definitely coffee you want to keep an eye on. If I just change the structure of the chart there so you can just view it slightly differently, you can see okay, on the daily there, it's a bit clearer where you've got a large inverse hammer developing on the daily as well. We'll move over and just have a look now. Also, we'll look at we'll look at soybeans, because soybeans is coming under pressure at the moment. We've got a pennant formation on soybeans right now. We're looking for a decision point. We continue to consolidate here on soybeans. We've had over the last week just a lot of consolidation. We continue to be range bound at the moment on soybeans. Similar situation on wheat and corn at the moment. We're waiting a resolution. The USDA report, which came out on Monday, did provide some support to the grains market, so we'll have a look. Also, you can see the wheat market at the moment having a bit of a spike to the upside. We're coming right up to the upper end of the trend channel at the moment on wheat. So this will definitely be an event area where we may either get a breakout or a sell-off. A sell-off would be quite indicative of a V-shaped reversal pattern, because what we would see is a nice rebound off this resistance, and we'd ultimately come down and back within this overall downward trending channel. So we'll be watching out for that at the moment on wheat. And also we'll have a look at corn as well. Corn, similar situation, also a pennant formation. You can see here very clearly. You just need to really connect the dots on this, so you can see we've got very clear resistance, we've got overhead resistance and support, and we are building up towards the apex of this pennant. So we're looking for a breakout as well on the core market. So we are likely to get that either today or as we go into next week. So this could provide a very nice trading opportunity. You can see where we've been consolidating also on corn throughout the last week. So we're looking for some good breakout trades. So ultimately there is a lot for us to be looking at today. We are expecting more pressure on gold, silver as we go into next week, particularly with the FOMC statement on Wednesday. You must have that in your diary. Very important for your trading next Wednesday on the FOMC announcement. We're looking for further weakness on WTI crude oil, Brent crude oil today, further weakness in coffee, and also we're looking for breakout opportunities on wheat, soybeans, and also corn as we go into next week. Okay, great. So I think we've answered most of the questions. If there are any additional questions, do post those in the chat or the comment section. I don't think we've got any more questions right now. And what I'll do, I'll just take you back to the main presentation here as well. Bear with me as I bring that up. And if there are any questions or comments at this point, do post those into the chat. And of course, if you would like to find out more about the Gold and Silver Club, we've been trading the non-farm payroll. We will be trading We've just traded live last Friday. Also be trading the FOMC with our traders live on Wednesday, which you can certainly join us for. You can find out actually more about joining the Gold and Silver Club's live online trading rooms, which we hold regularly throughout the week. We trade major news announcements on those as well. Simply go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com, okay, to enroll on our live trading rooms throughout the week. Trade news with us live. You just need to complete the application form. There's an enrollment form, and we'll get in touch with you ASAP. So again, all you need to do, and in fact, I'll put that, get a lot of questions on this, so I'll put that in the chat for you all as well, if you would like to join us for our live trading rooms throughout the week and take the same trades that we are taking at the Gold and Silver Club on the commodity markets. Okay, so very simply, this is the link, and once you go onto that link, it will direct you to an enrollment form where you can find out more about our live trading room, our upcoming courses, and also how to have all your charts set up in exactly the same way as we do at the Gold and Silver Club. Okay, so with that, we have the US session coming up shortly, and definitely next week should be very lucrative with the FOMC. So we look forward to hear from those of you who would like to join us for trading those announcements. And for everybody else, have a great weekend. Thanks to Adinda and the team, and we shall definitely see you on the next one. Okay, take care, everyone, and we'll speak to you real soon. Okay, thanks, and bye-bye.